17-year-old Jeff Surtel left his home at midnight on his bike and hasn't been seen since. At the time of Jeff's disappearance, his father Gary remembers sitting and quietly talking about Jeff's grades at school and Jeff being upset about being grounded from the computer for a week. Gary said goodnight, went upstairs to bed, and that was the last time I ever saw him, he said. Gary Surtel describes Jeff as a very quiet and happy child. The perfect kid you could ever ask for. He was never in a bad mood. He was so easy to raise and have around. There was no inkling that this could have ever happened. It just came out of nowhere, which makes it scary. For an entire year, Dawn, Jeff's mother, thought about ending her life following his disappearance. She has since recovered and carried on. Jeff hasn't been seen since April 29th, 2007. He was last seen by neighbors riding a blue CCM bike with a yellow fork. Despite weeks of searching in the heavily wooded areas of Mission and Hatsick area, neither he nor the bike has ever been found. And dogs scoured the riverbank. The Victoria Search and Rescue also brought in highly technical sonar equipment to scan Fraser River's bottom from Matsqui to Mission Bridge. Years later, the family is still haunted by his absence and continues searching for their beloved son. Jeff would be 34 this year. It's never ending. There is not one day that passes that I don't think about my son. He's always in the back of my mind. I look at every young man I pass on the street. I'm always looking for his bike. It has never gone away. The Surtel family and police are still hopeful that someone will come forward with new information about his case. Dawn is convinced that something bad happened that night and that he didn't just run away. He got hit by a car. Something happened and somebody covered it up, she said. I think that those people need to come forward and just tell us the truth. Tell the police. Constable James Mason with Mission RCMP says there has been a number of tips over the years, most of them on potential sightings, but none of them ever led to Jeff's whereabouts. He said the investigation is still open and an active missing persons case. There is no evidence of foul play. RCMP said in a statement that there are currently 588 sets of unidentified remains in Canada at the time of this article. 182 of those are in BC. Gary and Dawn believed that he could possibly be one of them. They also believe that a DNA databank should be established so that these missing people can possibly be identified. But back to the night before Jeff's disappearance. He helped his father pick out a movie from the video store about 6 p.m. The family had planned to watch it after Gary and Dawn returned from a birthday party. But when they returned home at 9 p.m., Jeff had changed his mind. Something happened between 6 and 9 p.m. when all of a sudden he didn't want to watch the movie. Gary said Jeff instead stayed up late watching television, and when the family checked his bedroom the next day, his bed hadn't been slept in. They said that he left behind $200 in cash, his bank cards, and he didn't take any clothes. One strange occurrence caught their attention. In 2008, the theft of a valuable cross from Westminster Abbey in Mission. The report mentioned that the thief left behind a missing persons poster as well as some other items. A person linked to the monastery said that the poster was of Jeff. Police did not confirm whether the report was accurate and that it was Jeff's missing poster, but the idea that it might be true has haunted the Surtel family for years. Jeff Surtel is a Caucasian male. He stands 6 feet 1 inches tall and weighs 150 pounds. He was last seen riding a blue CCM bike with yellow forks. If you have any information that can help the police solve this case, call Mission RCMP at 604-826-7161, file number 2007-5465.